Hello. My name is Warrior Libby. The hour is 0400. I'm a member of the Warrior Blood Honour Army, assigned soldier at birth. I don't really know what to do here. Whether this is my last will and testament will be shown in the next few hours. I was sent to defend this outpost from enemy forces. No one expected them to target us, hence why I was the only one sent. After all, this is a place filled with our untrained, our unfit, the children, the old bloods. To tell you the truth, this war has made us all feel like the old bloods. I'm a soldier, as I said before. I was bred from birth to be the perfect weapon, same as many in my generation, and the generations before, and the generations to come. It is our way, and always has been. At least before they arrived. Then we had no time to teach the little ones our ways. When the invaders came, everyone was needed. All current soldiers, new and old. All the best inventors to create new weaponry. All the best artists to think of new ways of fighting, and all the best storytellers to give us knowledge of ancient battles past. But despite it all, despite everything we did, we were still being beaten. They had a power we had never encountered, technology we had never seen. The best our elders could offer was not enough to match even one of their death squads. We've dragged this fight out to our last breath, and now our greatest minds are searching for a way to escape, not to win. It's against everything I was taught, everything I believed in, and if I was half as good as warrior as my peers, I would have convinced everybody to stay and fight. But I'm not. I may have been trained like them, acted like them, wanted to be like them, but I'm not like them. And as I sit here talking into this recorder, wondering if we'll last till morning, I can't help but wonder if that is such a bad thing. These children, they need a protector. The warriors before me would have gone out there and fought till their last breath, died with honour. But is it not just as honourable to live in order to protect those under your charge? The time is 0500. They're firing their weapons, trying to lure us out. It's the equivalent of pouring smoke within a nest to draw out the bugs. No actual damage to the structure of the building has been done. I cannot see any tactical advantage of this, so perhaps they're simply playing with us. I have no way of calling the army for help, and no doubt they have their own struggles to face. Right now I'm on my own. I boarded the windows with whatever I could find, smashing furniture and so on for materials. But through the little slits I managed to see exactly what kind of weapon they were using. It's some kind of large turret, a cowardly tool only those who favour long-range combat would use. But I cannot argue with its effectiveness. I've seen it used in many battles, often decimating my brothers and sisters. I have rarely seen someone survive a blast from its muzzle. If they wanted to, they could incinerate the entire outpost and us along with it, yet they haven't. Maybe I could somehow use their hubris against them. Either way, I can't stay in here forever. Not only will these children not survive, I would be shunned as a coward if we lived. I could never live with that shame, and I refuse to let these young ones live with that either. I need to form a plan. A way to get them out while also securing their safety. Brute force won't work. So perhaps I could take a card from Shireen's deck. They've grown tired of waiting. I can hear the troops laughing outside as they fire at the wooden barricades with their handguns. The hour is 0800. They think of us as weak, primitive. I will be glad to prove them wrong. I managed to formulate a plan, and I have prepared in order to execute it flawlessly. I made sure the children were out of harm's way first. I used my dagger to weaken the bricks, then used brute force to make a small hole just wide enough for the children to sneak through. They are to wait for me beyond the hills. If I do not come in the next hour, they are to withdraw and head to the southern outpost. One of their number, Luna, volunteered to lead the way. She's strong for a little one. They can make it. The next phase of my plan was to smother the insides of the building with flammable oil. Luckily for me, the warrior's blood kept oil reserves in canisters within the closet in order to fuel the generator. The generator is full with the tanker open. In order to survive this ordeal, I have kept a single corner free of any oil or light. I will use my blade and a piece of brick I broke off in order to strike a light. Then, use my weapon to finish off any of the soldiers that managed to survive the deal. Then, hopefully, escape before the curator knows what to do. After all, why truly prepare for a battle when you think there is no battle to be had? Our mistake has been reflected in them, and I will use it to my advantage. Hopefully I will be able to see Shireen again. I should buy her a meal after this. If I make it. I want to live. I have so much left to do, left to prove. It would be an insult to die so early. I'll make another log if I survive. If you don't hear from me again, then whoever finds this, make sure to give my sword to Luna. I feel she will make an exceptional young warrior someday. I lived. We all lived. I convinced the elders to use the invaders' technology against them. After all, our own swords could not match their guns, so why not fight fire with fire? Soon enough we had the invaders on the run, destroying the enemy wherever we found them. It was violent work, but it had to be done. I was given the rank of commander as a reward for my bravery in besting the opposition and saving the younglings. I led many excursions against them, and even had a hand in their final defeat. At the beginning of this war, I was focused on earning my title of warrior, making my ancestors and peers proud. That was all I thought about. But as I grew older, more worn from the constant fighting, I came to realize that it was myself that I needed to seek approval from. It was my own pride I should be sorting after. When the war finally ended, I became a teacher. I put down my blade in trade for a practice one, and took in some of my own students. I taught them mastery over the blade and mastery over their very self. I taught them everything I had been taught and more. I cared for my students, and just as I had thought, Luna became quite the warrior. But she's also good at art, and she's quite the dramatic person and loves stories. Perhaps our culture is too narrow. Perhaps we need to let our young choose for themselves what they wish to be, instead of relying on genetics. It would be nice if all this actually happened. If the war did end. If I was able to stop fighting. It's ironic that, on my deathbed, I regret a lifetime of war when during it I craved nothing else. Perhaps it was because my species have been brought to the brink of extinction. Perhaps it's because I grew tired of the rage I harboured. But I've watched too many of us die. I've seen too many loved ones I had grown close to, extinguished by bastards that think themselves our masters. But with my sacrifice, I've made sure their end is assured. With my death, I've taken away their army. But still, I wish I had been able to teach Luna more. I wish I had been able to save the others. I wish we were still within our own world, with our own people, living together, learning together. Wouldn't that be nice?